Hello and welcome, my name is Kyle. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Let's Play 80 Days. Alright, at the end of our last episode, we've made it to Athens. And we need to... What? Why can't I... go to Athens? Where am I? Am I not in Athens? I'm in Izmir? Yes, sorry. Wow, I just finished playing too. That's crazy. We just left Athens and made it to Izmir, and we were going to try to find a route to Antalya here. So that's the plan. We'll need to stay a night because nothing's open. The port of Smyrna, or Izmir as the locals called it, was the gateway to the Ottoman trade with Europe. The British and French had their own consulates and private quays, although sadly that meant most of the boats were going the wrong way. Let's check this one out. But there were also Dutch and Venetian flags amongst the fleets of trade ships and dirigibles. I struck up a conversation with a Greek textile merchant, or I roamed the dock. Let's roam the dock from the fishermen and merchants, but with little success until I tried bribing them, or until I began to tell a desperate story. Let's try a story. This is a game about stories after all. I began to tell a desperate story of how my master and I were on the run from my master's murderous wife, who, having married a gentleman for his money, now wished to have the free spending of it that comes from a cleanly executed murder. I do not think they entirely believe my tale. Yeah, I don't think they did either. But they enjoyed it well enough, and one gestured toward his trawler. "I'll take you," he grumbled. "I sail to Antalya tomorrow," which is exactly what we wanted, so that's perfect. I told him we would return first thing and took my leave as the moon rose. A sailor played a tune on a lyre while his compatriots sang along. It was a beautiful night in Izmir. Alright, so Fogg's probably not going to like this, but that is definitely where we're going. Let's see when it leaves. It arrives tomorrow. Departs at 8 a.m. Alright. So we're going to have to be careful. And not skip that. Like 8 a.m. today? Yeah, we need to go then. Yeah, it's departing in 26 minutes, so we're gonna take a massive health hit for traveling on a fishing trawler. And it's probably really slow, but we'll be alright. We boarded a small boat that smelled of various kinds of fish and which put out from port at first light. Let's talk to this dude. "Greetings, Captain Dukov. Enjoying your voyage?" Let's see. I want to go to Beirut. "I'm told you can reach Beirut from Antalya. The Druze and the Maronites are in conflict there." Beirut to Hail? Is there a route from Beirut to Hail? Did you know merchants in Riyadh will pay fantastic amounts for demijohns of olive oil from Hail? I did not. What more can you tell me about Hail? So, the fastest way to Hail from here is to go via Beirut. Good. Alright, it's kind of what we knew, what we wanted to know. I could have been a fisherman. The slow glint of the waves that could lull one to sleep if the fish themselves weren't so damn slippery. The silence of the open water. No one to issue orders except expect warm baths or cups of tea exactly the correct temperature. And with okay, let me just start over here because this sentence is tripping me up. The silence of the open water. No one to issue orders. Expect warm baths or cups of tea at exactly the correct temperature and with the requisite half finger of milk. The splosh as the fish are tossed back alive, on hearing which the fishermen with whom we were sailing were most furious with me. I ducked hastily below the deck, their curses ringing in my ears. My master looked up from his book and merely averted his nostrils, declaring, "Passepartout, you smell of fish. Perhaps I am too soft to be any kind of hunter." So yeah, that was kind of weird. He says I could have been a fisherman, and then all of a sudden we were fishing. And our relationships with Fogg have deteriorated slightly. He's taking a massive health hit there. Let's groom him up. When you do that, obviously you do miss out on some other things, but we rounded the coast of Turkey, clinging to the shore. We saw several other boats plying the waters, some fishing vessels, some ferries. Asked one of the fishermen about them, and he shrugged a grizzled shrug. Busy little place, this. Water's the quickest way to anywhere. Except the airships, another put in, but they're all private from Antalya. You can't get aboard unless you know the right people. A few hours later, we were on dry land once more. A bath, Monsieur Fogg murmured. I must have a bath. Well now, this journey is proving more tiring than I expected. Yeah, so whoa. Alright. So do we have our route? I mean, I just want to go to Beirut. It's $68 departs in 2 days, so we have some time. Let's explore a little bit. I spent my afternoon rambling around Kalichi, the historical center of Antalya, which is where I happened upon a group of Turkish dockhands unloading crates of Venetian goods into a warehouse flying the French flag. They had a passable grasp of French, no doubt a prerequisite of working for their French employer, one Monsieur Fontaine. Though we've never met him, one of them added bitterly. Is he a good employer? I asked politely, simply to make small talk. Alas, my innocent inquiry was not taken as such. Why do you ask? A dockhand fired back, crossing his arms. Perhaps you are Monsieur Fontaine. My name is Passepartout, I protested. A likely story, was their retort. That is not even a real name. A most hurtful accusations. And despite my protest to the contrary, let's have a little fun with these guys. So I revenged myself by threatening to cut their pay. They apologized quickly. I gave a booming laugh, the sort the Monsieur Fontaine of my imaginings would boom. Alas, behind his bluff exterior, he had only recently suffered heartbreak. Such an empathetic fellow, he was prone to making friends. Let's go to this friends thing. An acts of random generosity. Alas, my invented backstory saw me doling out banknotes to these dockhands quite haphazardly. Thus, I was ensconced in my role. So that's costing us some money to play this happy version of Monsieur Fontaine. I spent a cheerful, if deceptive, afternoon getting to know my employees and inspecting the merchandise. They cracked open a crate to reveal a treasure trove of Venetian glass, glittering blue-green into Antalian sun. I like this glass. I too have come from Venice. Let's take a piece of this glass. For they bid me a respectful farewell. So my funds have gone down a little. I'm hoping I can sell this glass. Do I actually get it? Yes. I do have 3 suitcases now, though. Alright. And it's worth $1,400. Is there anything I can have that I can sell for anything decent? Alright. Not quite. So we still just have the one route to Beirut. And when does it leave? Monday. So 2 days from now. I don't like how it shows you those things about Antalya. Now they are. The quickest way to Antalya is to go via Izmir. My aunt once took the merchant trader Nefertiti to Cairo. They're airships, but they're all private. Alright, so we got to find someone here that can maybe get us on an airship. Before retiring, let's see. I think he's okay. Let's help the kitchen staff and see if we can maybe find something. Earning 68 pounds. Okay, we made some money. That's good. He wants us to take another case. We have 3 cases. Can we leave with 3 cases, though? Yeah, we can. So we can maybe get it to leave today for some extra money. Let's try it. £660 to get it to leave today. Alright. So let's go. I don't think there's anything we need to do. We are on the Nefertiti, heading to Beirut. The Nefertiti was a tall-masted Egyptian clipper that sailed around the coastline from Antalya all the way to Alexandria. I asked the skipper if he considered longer voyages via the Suez Canal, but he only laughed. The fees, young man, are quite extortionate. How extortionate? I asked. He gave me a pointed look. You will not buy me or my boat, he replied, if that is your intention. My liberty is worth more coin than you have. I nodded, and we did not pursue the conversation further. Let's see what we can find out. Greetings, Captain. Passepartout, come, join me. Let's talk about Beirut a little bit more. I'm told the Druze and the Maronites are in conflict there. There are refugees aplenty in Beirut. Let's talk about Alexandria. One can also travel this way to Alexandria, I understand. You mentioned boats. I've been told there is a regular service from Astrakhan to Tehran. We can use the apples. Let's try it. An apple, Captain. You are too kind. Let's get some more Beirut information. The Sublime Port still rules Beirut for now. Let's use our playing cards. Get some more. As beyond. Alright, he doesn't know anything more about Beirut. Let's ask him about Ha'il. Is it possible to go from Beirut to Ha'il? I believe so. Ha'il can be reached from Beirut by Ottoman Gaelic airship. Now tell me, monsieur, do you like puzzles? Indeed, I do like puzzles. Mine is called Mina, and there is nothing and everything wonderful about her. Huh, okay. Is it possible to go from Ha'il to Riyadh? Maybe, but some buyers will pay well for engine oil from Riyadh. Okay. Can you tell me more about Riyadh? And he must go. Okay, so we found some new routes. Doesn't matter because we're... Oh, there's our route to Ha'il. That's perfect. That's what we wanted. And then maybe we can get to Tehran. The evening drew on, and the crew served gin slings with great cheer, the captain nodding to me as the liquor was poured. "Enjoy," he called, "for as long as you are with us." I saluted him with my glass and savored the cool drink as the sun went down in fire and smoke across the sea. All right. So, Ha'il, we're going to travel by camel, apparently, to Ha'il. And it arrives tomorrow. Spook, it says. Okay. Let's go to the hotel. We'll get his health picked up a little bit. We found no true hotel, only a boarding house of rooms around a central courtyard in which a fountain danced and various people sat and talked in hushed tones. As I looked about, I found something suspect in every pair of eyes I met. So, naturally, I was curious. I introduced myself to a likely-looking pair. They had just arrived from Baghdad and were full of the glories of that city. "Tell me more," I demanded, and so the woman, one Madame Izmir, enthused about the generous hospitality and warm welcome expected from all Baghdadis. I shall look forward to it. A shame, as I think we shall miss this city altogether. The woman seemed surprised. There are not many other ways to go from here. The boat to Cairo or the airship to Ha'il, but it's a slow ride by camel into the deserts and Riyadh from there. Madame Izmir and her male companion took their leave from the fountainside, insisting on recommending a spot in town where we might find a driver to Baghdad before going. I was left sitting beside the fountain, listening to the whispering water until I retired. Alright, so they're saying Baghdad is the way to go. I really want to go to Ha'il. I think it's going to take a long time, though. Can we, so that arrives today at 10. Alright, let's wait for the market to open. We have another suitcase, so let's see what we can put in it. A hooded cloak, urban traveler, a railway whistle, loaded dice, perfumed oils, a neck cushion. Alright, so first of all, can we can take 4 suitcases, so we'll be good. Yeah, I'm just going to embark. Departs in 40 minutes. High winds, but our altimeter should help with that. And I'm going to make a huge amount of money finally by selling this bust. We departed Beirut on an Ottoman Gaelic airship. The envelope was painted all over with interlocking geometric patterns which continued into the corridors inside. I could feel the rumble of the engine below my feet, louder than perhaps I was used to. The Gaelics were coal gas rather than steam powered, a useful feature since so much of the Ottoman was desert. Let's take care of Fogg, just because he is getting a little unhealthy. He's worried about our cash, but he doesn't know we have this bust to sell for like 7,000 pounds. I looked in on the control room, more spacious than the European standard, but similarly arrayed with altimeters, gas valve controls, inclinometers, and gyroscopes. I cleared my throat. The crew ignored me resolutely. Excuse me, I said loudly. One of the crew looked over. Can I help you? The crewman asked in passable French. This is a remarkable ship, I enthused, and his expression lightened. She has twin propellers and an Al-Safa coal gas motor, one of the first ever designed, he boasted. She's one of the first airships built for war, though now she is a transport. The Gaelics are the safest ships in the Ottoman air fleet. How fast can she go? I asked, privately, rather doubtful. Cruising speed is a steady 120 kilometers per hour, but, he gave me a wink, we are capable of over 150 in emergencies. Quite an astonishing speed for such a lumbering beast of an airship. A low buzzer began to sound, and the captain began barking orders as we descended. The crewman excused himself, and I paced the observation deck until we docked at our destination, the desert settlement of Ha'il in the Al Rashad Emirate. Alright. The bust of Apollo could earn us well here. Yes, it could. The market is open. Let's sell this for 7,000 pounds. That is beautiful. Let's buy the Ottoman Railways train schedule. This olive oil. Do we want these galoshes? No. Alright, this is good in Helsinki. This is good in Riyadh, Suez, and Jeddah. Indeed we did. Hopefully that makes him like us a little more. So we found a ton of routes. Let's take a look at the globe real quick. Time does run, by the way, no matter like constantly, so you do have to kind of be aware of that. The only way that you can pause it, I think, is to look at the settings menu. Alright, so what do we have here? Dubai. Where is... Oh, so there's Riyadh, which we can sell. What do we have to sell? We can sell that in Riyadh. We can sell that. And that in Riyadh as well. Okay. So that's Tehran, way up there. It would take 2 weeks to get there. I would love to like get here. Because we can't spend 2 weeks. What we really like what I'd really like to do is actually find some more routes out of Ha'il, like maybe to Jeddah. So let's see if we can do that. Stay in the hotel. See if we can find some more routes. Ha'il was the capital of the Al Rashad Emirate, crowned by the newly constructed Barzan Palace, a grand structure over 3 stories with lush gardens flourishing amidst the sand and dust. Its charm surprised me, though it should not have, I suppose. Why should a palace not be beautiful? Barzan Palace, unusually for edifices of this sort, did not dominate the town, but sprawled gently in a bustling souk. Traders from all lands and sects intermingled easily under the protection of the progressive emir Talal bin Rashid. I approached the horse trader. I was surprised to see a woman speaking with him in Arabic, dressed in the white flowing robes of a Bedouin man, complete with the kufaya wrapped a little bit like a bonnet. So he was looking at a cremello of about 16 hands. I admired the tall cremello, and she gave me a disgusted look. He is a crossbreed, This is hardly the coat color of a purebred Arabian, she sneered. He is too tall. Besides, a clear giveaway. She had that particular nasal tone of the English aristocracy, and I was not surprised when she introduced herself as the Lady Anne Blunt, or as she called herself in these parts, Anissa bint London. I am Passepartout, I declared. I'm going around the world. She nodded, curious, but not curious enough. I'm heading to Riyadh by camel train in pursuit of superior horseflesh. I must recommend you come with us, as you are clearly in need of help of your purchases. I promised to consider it, but Lady Blunt had already turned away to harangue the horse trader. I returned to my hastily pitched tent, relishing the prospect of telling Monsieur Fogg about my encounter, and our relations have strengthened slightly as a result of that. So do we get a new route as a result? So to go to Riyadh... Oh, this is her caravan. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to make so much time, I think, if we do that. But it's our only choice at the moment. Let's see. Let's go back to Halil. We can explore. Let's explore a little bit and see if we can find another route. And we do. Okay. I walked the streets a while, discovering the possibilities for how we might make progress. Alright, so we found some new routes. So we can get down here, pass out on going to Riyadh. I feel like we make more progress if we go this way. This arrives Monday, this arrives next Monday. This sounds more fun, a Bedouin expedition. And if we could get to Aden and get over to Bombay, I think that's possible. That's a long journey. That's the problem. Long journeys can really hurt you. I don't know. So I have some decisions to make. I will. We'll figure that out. We'll stop here for this episode. Stop in Halil, and maybe if you guys are watching and have some comments about where you'd like I to go, please leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you all next time, and I hope you're enjoying the series. Thanks for watching.